Hey friends, it's me. Guess what? I had a completely different video prepared for today. But we know what's about to happen, right? We're about to get frost tonight. And so, sorry. I thought I would come out here and talk to y'all about what I'm doing to prepare for the frost. And the answer for that is sorta nothing. And let me explain what I'm talking about. So for the last few days, I've been watching everybody's "Oh my God, it's about to be frost" video, and they were super interesting. And I thought about, well, what should I tell you all to do about the frost, because this is an us problem, and not so much a problem, especially if you're growing natives, if you have some seeds that you want to germinate that need cold stratification. We are preparing to enter that time of the year where we would be able to sit those seeds out to get the cold stratification that they need. Cold stratification, also known as fertilization, is a process that your seeds will need so they can begin to break dormancy in the spring. They need this cold time. Now this is not the frost. This is just the first frost. We got so much colder days coming up. But I did want to come to you all and talk about how I'm preparing for tonight's frost. So we are expecting temperatures to get down to 29 degrees tonight. When I say tonight, I mean around 2 a.m. And that will last until about 11, from what I understand. Also, if you're gardening and you're not watching the weather, what are you doing? You have to pay attention to these things. It's essential to know what the weather's going to be, especially this time of year where we're in our finicky times, where it can easily be 70 degrees in the daytime and 35 degrees in the evening. So overnight temperatures and your lows and highs are really important. In addition to that, we should all know as gardeners when our first and last frost dates are, and what zones we're in. So, y'all know I'm in Virginia. I'm in Suffolk. I'm in zone 8A, 8B. You know, they sort of keep changing it around. So, anyway, 8A, 8B has like a 5-degree temperature difference. So it's not like if you're in one and you're in the other one, you definitely can't grow the same things or it's so far off. We're not. So, anyway, I thought I would start here in the greenhouse. So I put the, I've been having just the mesh down, but then I came down this morning to start preparing the little bit of preparations I am doing, and I put the plastic layer down, so that attaches to the mesh. So this layer is down to provide some warmth, and I want y'all to see the difference. This is the current temperature in here, so that's cool. So what's growing in here right now is I planted some garlic. Y'all, I put this garlic in here last week. It's from the our local farmers market in Suffolk. Mr. Big Daddy ran to the farmers market for me. Not this Saturday, because this Saturday we went together. Last Saturday he ran up there and got me some garlic to plant from the farmers market, which great. I'm super excited about that. It's hardneck and it's red. I don't know the name of it. It could have had 17 names. Honestly, I got home. He had already sent me a picture of some garlic bulbs sitting on the counter. He was like, "Look what I got." Don't ask me what variety it is. I can tell you it's hardneck. It's from the farmers market. Period. Okay, so back to what we have in here. So, like I said, I had a whole nother video planned to show y'all what I had done in the greenhouse, but here we go. Let's take a look. So I got, I pulled out all the stuff because, I have a mouse in here that has a PhD apparently. I put down mouse traps I came back in here and the mouse traps, we put peanut butter on them. I came back, the mouse traps were all snapped. The peanut butter was licked clean, and we had not caught a mouse. So this mouse is the doctor of mouses. It's Mickey Mouse's all he ever wanted to be. Anyway, garlic is growing. You know, garlic needs cold time. And then once tomorrow morning comes, around about 11 or 12, I'm going to come in here and unzip the plastic layer to allow for air to come through. But I also closed these windows are Velcro, and I had them up and they tie up on the outside. I came out this morning, like I said, prepping the greenhouse. I went ahead and closed them. I also have some stuff growing for the Suffolk Master Gardeners for our plant sale in April. So we're growing perennials that we collected. So I've got Amsonia. These hot lips are going in my yard. Got dahlias and this ostrich fern, which is also going in my yard. But anyway, back to the greenhouse. So I got some shallots in here that will be planted in this square here, since there's so many of them. I already put some leeks over there, and I had 2 heads of lettuce. I planted this one, and then there was one right there. You may notice right there, there's now some leeks, because the mouse came in here and ate the lettuce that was there. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. I got some scarlet, white and scarlet buncheon onions that I'm actually going to just put right here in this spot. So anyway, like I said, so we've shut down the greenhouse. There's still one window open back there, mainly because I can't reach it, but mainly because I was like, it still needs to have some airflow in here. Frost or not, these are not warm weather plants, so I'm not going to suffocate them. I also came out for my girls this morning, put down some new bedding for them. I love these wood chips, and while they don't, well, they're wood shavings, and Lord, I can't get the greenhouse shut. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Let me just unzip this part. We'll come back and do this part later. Anyway, so it was super nice. Look at this girl kicking them. It was super nice this morning when I put it out. Look at all underneath the coop. I put it down there. I guess they weren't happy with my design preferences, so they kicked it all over the place. Look at them. Look at them kicking it. I know where they're kicking, y'all. They're picking up stuff. We had given them some rutabaga stems and branches, and then I harvested some stuff yesterday. Anyway, they're just trying to get to the food. So what am I doing to prepare for the winter? Look at these snapdragons, just sitting in here minding their business. They actually thinking about flowering. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, there you go. So they're in a dome to a cake I got for my birthday in August. I've been growing them since then, right here in this dome. I put some, of course, y'all. Now, you don't have to add. Of course, I put some drainage holes in them. Duh. Okay. Back to your regular scheduled program. Got some chives out here, and this little teeny weeny 3-inch pot with 2 lettuces in it. Yep, I'm gonna leave them right there. Green stalk number 1 that we're gonna start with is collard greens. Look at the size of them. They are more than capable of surviving the frost. Collard greens are actually better after they're frosted on, so I'm not covering those. I don't know if I told y'all this, but you can't kill a begonia, but I guess we'll find out. These coleus looking terrible. They're actually looking pretty good for the time of year that it is, but I'm expecting them to die, and I'm okay with that. Raspberry is a heritage raspberry, and they grow all year long. These lantana, they are perennial, but they are, I guess, a tender perennial. So I came out here this morning, I took some cuttings, have some more lantana in the back, in a bucket from one of my classmates. Here we go. We have spinach. The two bottom tiers are spinach. The top tiers are lettuce. And I harvested some, and I was like, I'm gonna just leave the rest. And look, these 3 pockets that I did harvest were, I got a lot from it. So I said, well, I'll get what I want to get. And if the rest of it makes it, great. If it doesn't, at least I got something from it. And as you see, I still got a lot. And if these don't survive, the chickens will eat them. Spinach, super cold hardy. It'll be fine. Here's this arugula and the one lettuce I put in there a few days ago. I actually cut this yesterday. I don't understand how it has grown back so much since yesterday. I came out here yesterday and did a chop. It appears to have grown back overnight. Okay. Blueberries, super cold hardy. They'll be fine. Feijoa, cold hardy. All my trees, all your fruit trees are, as long as you have ones that are at least 2 zones down from where you are, you're fine. So over here, this green stalk, that's chives and spinach and shallots. All these things will sail through this whole bed here. Vates collards. Over there, I seeded again more spinach, so you can probably see it coming up. They'll be fine. That's collards. That's sacrificial cauliflower over there. Okay, let me zoom in on this so y'all can see. This cauliflower took one for the team. Look at that. You see the pest damage? Right beside it, Siberian dwarf curly kale. Super cold hardy. It'll be fine. Broccoli is brocking. Has some heads that started flowering. I cut them off, and then what we start getting? Exactly what you know is going to happen. Side shoots. I'm fine with that. Broccoli, good down to 26 degrees. It's fine. Figs are figging. They'll be fine. Other fig, it's fine. Here's my new plum. This is the AU producer plum from Auburn State University. I think that's the right place. I think I'm saying the right thing. Hey, so if I'm not saying the right thing, I'll fix it later. Anyway, it's an AU producer plum. Back to what I'm not doing for the cold. Here is the Santa Rosa Japanese plum. Okay, it's Japanese, y'all. Y'all know it get cold in Japan? Like really, really cold? Yeah, it's fine. It's also a fruit tree. It's fine. Your fruit trees need chill hours, y'all. They need chill hours. So they'll be fine for a frost that's coming tonight. This Maya lemon, she has no flowers on her, but she's okay. All my trees have been watered, mulched, fertilized. They are ready. They already got them winterized. So this frost is going to do nothing for them. If you see this Maya lemon, do y'all see those lemons? Do y'all see those lemons? These flowers? Yeah, all these flowers, guess what they're going to be? Say it with me now. Lemons. Yeah, look. This is how they look. You have your flowers, and then they fall off, and then what's that? Little baby lemons right there. Here is this peach. Again, your fruit trees all need chill hours. They'll be fine. That's the Galaxy peach, the Alberta peach. It's fine. My Owari Satsuma mandarin. That is, from what I understand, it's either Japanese or Chinese. Either way, it'll be fine. It's Asian. And look, let me say this right now. I am not trying to sound unsavory when I say that. What I'm saying is that the Asian, Asia gets cold. So if you have something growing in your yard that's Asian and you're worried about it sailing through the frost, you don't have anything to worry about. They're from a cold region. So in addition to the fact your fruit trees need chill hours, so you should make sure you get what you're planting, if you're worried about it sailing through cold times, should be at least 2 zones lower than yours. And then you don't have nothing to worry about. So anyway, I did get tree jackets for the winter time, for real. But Not for the trees. I got them because they should fit on top of the green stalks. However, let's go back. Also, y'all, Casey need to come out here and pick up the poop. So if you see some, you know, we're grown-ups. We'll be fine. Also, did I say you can't kill a begonia? I haven't found nothing that killed it yet, but we'll see how this frost gonna do, because look at that. Damage. Your native perennials should be fine. If they die back in the frost, guess what's gonna happen, guys? You'll never believe this. They're gonna come back in the spring. So, stop tripping. Your beautiful, beautiful flowers, either they're gonna make it through the night, these few hours of cold we're gonna have, or they're gonna die back and then they'll make a triumphant return in the spring. Either way, you'll have flowers as long as you're growing the right thing. All right, so chill out. I'm gonna have some tulips here, some bulbs that I planted. I planted them a while ago, maybe like October, beginning of October. So I did come out here and put some of the same wood shavings I used for the chicken bedding. I didn't feel like going back and getting another, what am I saying? I was being lazy this morning. I didn't feel like going back and getting the straw or the mulch, and I already had the bag of chicken bedding in my hand. So since it serves very well as an insulating material, these wood shavings are just great. I just walked around with it and kept going. So I covered some stuff and some things with it. Anyway, that's what I'm doing for those bulbs for the winter. Here's green stalk, my original green stalk, the blueberry one. So let me show you. It's about what you have growing, y'all, and what stage it's in. So I have kale, collards, Swiss chard, rosemary, more kale. That lettuce, we'll see what happened to it. It's down here. Also, don't forget there's microclimate. So this lettuce is down here, behind this stuff, at the bottom, up against the deck. I bet you, if I turn this around, so that lettuce is in the back right there, the little protection it's getting simply from being tucked back there will keep it just fine. So like I said, it's about what you're growing and the stage you're growing it in. It's fall, so I'm only growing stuff that's cold hardy. These lilies probably gonna die back. That's cool. Lilies grow from bulbs. Same as those lilies that I was supposed to pull out extra long time ago that I didn't do. Anyway, celery will be fine. As you can see, the Swiss chard is not only thriving. Look at that. There's some new leaves in there. So these things will be fine. So you know what I'm doing for this green stalk? Nothing. So back down this way again. Sorry, I know it seems like be back and forth all the time. I know, I'm tired too. So here we go. This morning, because some of these things are still green, I got some, I took some cuttings off of some of the green parts, left them alone. That heuchera back there, that is the heuchera corbels. I'm leaving it right there. They are native perennials. They like shade. It's dying back like it's supposed to. I'm not gonna cut the foliage off until the spring. That will provide. So right now, this dead and dying foliage is where your insect habitat will be able to live in the fall and winter. This is actually good. So although they look awful, and I know some people don't want to live with this look of death and destruction, but it's actually doing good to a different community that's not you. So leave it. But if you can't manage the look of it, I get it. Again, these are my Big Daddy collard greens. They're big enough to handle the cold. They're not tiny baby seedlings no more. They're putting on some size, getting some maturity to them. Some of them still little. I started all these at the same time. I planted them all out at the same time. Some of them look different. If y'all remember, it was getting damaged from the rain when it was sitting over there beside the compost. Only because the rain was falling off the roof because we don't have gutters. and it was hitting the green stalk like directly, and it was chewing up one whole side of this. So one side looks sad. The other side, look, it's just fine. These all came out at the same time, so they're all the same age, same maturity level. So what am I doing for this green stalk? Nothing, because it's collard greens. Here we go. My cherry blossom green stalk, 5-tier original. What's in here? All these collards you see. Let me see if I can turn it so y'all can see. This top row is broccoli. This is the green magic broccoli at the top. Hardy down to 26 degrees. All these giant leaves you're seeing are the Morris heading cabbage collards. Look how big they are. Again, can I say this again? Collards are better when they're frosted on. Broccoli is good to 26 degrees. What am I doing for this green stalk? Nothing. Oh, what's these little small things in here? In the pockets that, the little pockets? I thought I told y'all before, but I'm gonna tell you again. Take a good look. They're radishes. They're the cherry bell radishes. I know these aphids ain't decide they was gonna come live here. I know you lying. I hope y'all freeze to death. Anyway, so you see now look. I feel like everywhere I'm planting that has a sacrificial plant. Look how small and crazy this one look next to all the rest of them. Because the aphids are sucking the life out of this. So y'all go ahead, take that one if it means you're gonna leave the rest of them alone. Because look at the difference in that one. Now, we had a small frost a few days ago. This is a little bit, I'm ashy, I know. Shut your mouth. This is a little bit of burn that we got because the frost lasted for like just a few minutes. And again, it's your microclimate, because you may notice I have nothing protecting my yard. I'm the corner house with a chain link fence. The cold is coming. It's coming. So here we go. Next green stalk. Top tier is garlic, which started sprouting. So this is some grocery store garlic. Don't ask me what variety it is. It came from the store. It started sprouting. Some of them are sprouting, got a little activity. All these tiers are kale. So top tier is lacinato kale. Second tier is the dwarf Siberian curly kale. Third tier is the most cold hardy of cold hardiness. It's the ragged jack red Russian kale. That I'm surprised I'm not gonna come out here and see this with a bottle of alcohol out here just getting wild. It's kale, y'all, and although they're small, they're kale. So I'm also going to take the mindset of if it survives, it survives. If it doesn't, I'll plant some more, because I know y'all know I have more seedlings in the house. I literally started I have 48 more collard greens in the house in the green stalk that I just pricked out a few days ago. I've got 13 Japanese mustard plants I pricked out in the greenhouse upstairs. And what did I plant yesterday? Oh, yesterday I planted 12 bok choy, and what's the other stuff I planted? I planted 12 bok choy and I can't remember. Oh no. Where's my memory? Probably out here under some dirt, some soil. Anyway, just know I planted 12 bok choy and 13 of something else. And I'm going to think of it in a few minutes. I'm just going to yell it out. It's going to seem real random, but don't worry about that. Anyway, back to green stalks. Strawberries. Perennial in our area. Cold hardy, they will die back, and then they'll grow back. What else is in this green stalk? Kale, spinach, this lettuce. Y'all, do you see this lettuce is bolting? I'm fine with that because I want some more seeds, so I'm letting that go. So this is the blue curl Scotch kale. Your curly kales are very, very cold hardy and very pest resistant, because it's nowhere. They don't, your caterpillars and stuff don't like being all up in them. That don't mean they're not going to get in them. That means that they kind of stay away from them. So if you notice, I have 1 liter chewed up of all the kale that's up here. Like I said, very cold hardy. We're fine. So what am I doing for that green stalk? Nothing. While I'm up here, let me show y'all the front bed. The mailman's here. I guess y'all know that means I'm about to get a package, but don't worry about that. My perennial bed that Mr. Big Daddy built me. Cold hardy items. They're native perennials. So I came out here, like I said, I had the wood shavings and I mulched out. This is blowing all over the place, but I can't do nothing about that. These are the roses, mulched them out. My Veronicas, the other Veronica over there, they're just fine. What am I doing for them? They already mulched. They've already been fertilized. They got good soil in them. I have nothing to worry about for these over the winter and in the cold. So what am I doing for them? Nothing. And I hope this doesn't sound like I'm being lazy, but it's about your variety that you're planting and when you plant it out. If you put these things out here, if you started your seedlings indoors in August, so they would have the 6 to 8 weeks they needed, and you plant it out in September, at this point your plant should be large enough and mature enough that they can withstand the cold. This is fall and winter planting. These things that we have planted out here are cold hardy and frost tolerant. I know a lot of people say they're going to cover, and look, I'm going to show y'all something, because what I'm saying might be contradictory to what you're about to see, but then I will explain to you. So, Ragged Jack kale, super duper cold hardy. Cabbages, kohlrabi, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, parsley, more cabbages. You know what's gonna die? This tomato. I'm leaving it right there. I'll come get it out tomorrow and have a little funeral. Look at this. Cabbage. These nasturtiums, they like cool weather. They probably gonna die. If they do, that's okay. Celery. All these are Brussels sprouts. And it's a cauliflower back there. Cabbages. Oh, let me say one thing about this cold. Let's all wave goodbye to the cabbage moth and its nasty little caterpillar babies. Bye. I've had enough of you. Good day. Okay, back to this. Again, collards and Brussels sprouts will be fine. Snapdragons, again, your native perennials. So, sorry, not native, but your perennials, they will die back. They like the cool, and guess what? They're gonna come back in the spring. This lacinato kale, cold hardy. Look at this. Your Brussels sprouts. Let me show y'all. Do y'all see all the rustling going on down there? Let me get closer. Do y'all see that? Hold on. Let me zoom. Let me get some focus. Focus! Get off those leaves. None of your business. These Brussels sprouts, all of them look like this because they are cold hardy. They love this weather. They need more than 100 days to grow. How did you think you were going to grow them over 100 days and skip the cold? You're not. Here's a Japanese mustard I'm about to pull out. I cut it down, but guess what? You see it? Growing back. I cut this down. There was nothing left. Y'all see where it's cut down to? And it's growing back. This one's got powdery mildew. It's about to come out. Came and harvested yesterday. Some kale. Look at that. Growing back. So that's the Siberian kale. Y'all, I have a question for you. What do we know about Siberia? Okay, it's cold. If you have something that's Siberian, it's cold, hardy, and this frost is only going to tickle it and make it bust out laughing. As a matter of fact, if you hear something in your garden laughing in the next few days and you have planted it and it's Asian, Siberian, any of these things, it's collard greens. If you come outside and hear mega amounts of laughter, it's your garden laughing its way through the frost. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what am I doing for this? Nothing. You may remember this cabbage right here that was ravaged by cabbage worms. Do you see it heading up in the middle? Yup, it's fine. The Swiss chard here growing. Fennel. I don't even remember what this was because it got eaten all the way down. Then it started growing back. It's looking hardcore like a broccoli, but I guess we'll see. Either way, what it is, you know what's going to happen to it? We're going to eat it. Broccoli's. Brockin. Look. Cauliflowers. Collying. Brussels sprouts. Bruscling. You know what's going to be gone? Those. Look how vibrant and bright and beautiful they look. Yeah, they're going to die. Thyme. Fine. Japanese mustards. Fine. These, I don't quite know what to do. I don't know if I should pick them today before the night falls or take my chances. This tree is colossal. It's actually 3 trees. If you can see from the base there, we had a big storm, so now one of them is leaning. I had to support them. He said I had to put on some T-posts. Girl, it was a mess. But my roselle hibiscus is covered in hibiscus. You see that? So I actually think I'm gonna come out here and pick all this. When I'm done talking to y'all, I'm gonna come back out with my basket and my snips and pick all this and probably go ahead and start the process of cutting these back, because the roselle is not gonna survive the frost, like for real, when the actual for real frost comes. It's not gonna survive that, so I don't even want to sit here and pretend like it's gonna make it. We'll see how it sails through tonight. But it's time for it to go anyway. Y'all watch Yellow Door Urban Homestead. Asia cut her losses on her hibiscus too. What she got, and then she cut down her roselle. I just want y'all to see how big this tree is. This is me. That's the roselle. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So anyway, don't contradict with what I'm saying. Do y'all see the supports up over everything? I was definitely going to cover. I was so, oh my God, I got to get out here and get supports up. I got to make sure that everything is covered because frost is coming. And then I said to myself, why? I'm going to leave these things up here for the spring and summer so I can put my insect netting up. But in terms of my frost blankets, I don't need them because everything that I have planted is at a mature stage now, and it should sail through the frost tonight at least. Now, when it starts snowing, I definitely might come back and cover this stuff up. Who knows? However, while it's one night of frost for a few hours, yeah, does not constitute an emergency in this here garden. Oh, I cannot get past this. So what? A big old cabbage, a big old broccoli, some perennial flowers. They're fine. That's Jabania, and this is Globe Amaranth. So they're fine. What else? Oh, did I tell y'all I moved green salt? I didn't, because I had a whole nother video planned, and I was like, I'll put that out in a few days. It's just a garden tour, but honestly, I can skip it since we out here right now. I moved this because look at the snapdragons. They're hanging like 2 feet out from the from the green stalk, and every time I turned it, they were just rubbing up against the fence. The stuff was breaking in half. This is still another snapdragon coming out of this green stalk. A snapdragon coming out the green stalk. Snapdragon coming out the green stalk. This is this one green stalk. This calendula. Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. Calendula it likes the cool weather. So it's either going to, look at this. See that? Hold on, my fingers look terrible. See that? Those little green things is bent in half. Those are seeds. They're not ready because they're still very fresh. They haven't dried out. However, those are seeds for calendula. So what am I going to do? If they fall off today, I'm going to let them fall. Maybe we'll grow some calendula. If this dies, I'll take it in the house, let it dry. Maybe I'll get some calendula. Y'all know I pulled out a bunch of rutabagas the other day. I still got more. Also, I was going to be telling y'all what we did a few days ago. So, me and Big Daddy came out here and we pulled back the mulch on all the beds and threw down some granular fertilizer, so it was all-purpose fertilizer and blood meal, and then covered everything in compost. So you may be seeing what you think is bare soil. It's not, it's compost. I still have the mulch, but I see some people use compost as a mulch, and I said, okay, great, I'll do that. It also rained for the last 2 days, so what was able to happen while this compost was uncovered on top of my soil, there's still a little bit of mulch underneath here because it has started breaking down. So I think once it starts breaking down, that starts being a humus level. So great. It was soft. It was getting pretty. So great. Your garden needs that. It definitely needs to have that broken down organic material in it. It keeps your soil wonderful. So I've got zero complaints about that. Like I said, we pulled back the mulch that was still woody. So any mulch that was, like I said, just woody, if we could just pull it back easily with our hand, that's what we pulled back. And then we, like I said, I put down the organic fertilizer, the all-purpose organic, the balanced granular fertilizer. And then I put down blood meal, granular fertilizer. And then we put the compost on top of it, watered it all in. That was last week. And then, like I said, it rained for the last 2 days. So I am quite satisfied with what's happening out here right this minute. I think more than ever, these plants are ready for the frost because they are in good shape. Like I said, it's about what you're growing and the level of maturity it is. Now, some things I know if I don't get them today, I'm not going to have them. And oops, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm being so nosy. These people are not talking to me or looking for me. So, what's not going to make it that I'm not going to be out here trying to break my neck to get? So, here are my peas. Do you see the amount of flowers we have on it? Beautiful, right? See that? Your purple peas make purple flowers. Actually, your purple flowers make purple peas. So, and that's what this is, the King Tut purple pea. So, your pea plants are frost tolerant. Your pea pods are not. I harvested a bunch of peas yesterday, but if you see, these are still little. They're not going to survive. It's actually not enough. It's not anything for me to come harvest because they're so little. So, whatever doesn't make it, guess who's going to eat it? Them chickens. There's my sacrificial cauliflower over here that the caterpillars just took to, but they left those collard greens alone. They left this deal alone. Only my girl, I know you lying. I know I ain't over here talking about caterpillars and I'm looking at one. I guess he's trying to get the last he can get before it's time to dip because you're gonna freeze to death tonight, sir. Anyway, so to the blackberry green stalk, again, you got Swiss chard. What's growing up here? Broccoli, kale. This lettuce, not gonna make it. This lettuce, I'm wishing it the best. I just planted it a few days ago. Y'all, I need to see, am I looking at a caterpillar here? Oh, no, I'm looking at some new growth. Okay, sorry. So let me get back over here. And as you see, I put the stakes in these, and every other pocket, the stakes are in here. You know why? because when it gets cold for real, like snowing, then I'm gonna come cover. I'm gonna put the tree jackets up here, and what these stakes will do will keep the frost material, will keep the jackets from laying directly on top of your plants. Because what you want to do to keep the frost off, you have to make sure the frost jacket's not touching your plants. Otherwise, the frost's going to land on the jacket, and it's only going to be that material between your plants and the frost jacket, and that's not going to help. You're just going to get burn back wherever it's touching. So that's why you see the stakes in there. But listen, I'm not telling any not to cover. If that's your thing, by all means, please cover. If you don't know where to get some covers from, you don't have any frost blankets, go to somewhere like Family Dollar, Dollar General, and get you some El Cheapo sheet sets. You can use the fitted sheet and the flat sheet, and just cover up your stuff, but make sure that you have some way to raise it up off the plant so it's not laying directly on your plants. You can do that with anything. If y'all have these if you have these little hoops, you definitely could take one and put it in one side of your green stalk and over to the other side, and then one, and then crisscross them over and make it like an X pattern, and then lay your sheet on top of that. You'll be getting the same results. So don't think I'm telling you not to cover or you don't have to cover. What I'm telling you is the game plan over here at the Lost and Funny Farm and what we're doing for the frost this year, or at least for tonight. Like I said, frost coming around. It says 10 a.m. Watch the weather, y'all. The frost is it's going to get down to the 30s around. It's going to be like in the 40s around 10, but it's going to get the dangerous, what you would consider dangerous for your garden, the part that we all looking out for. That's around 2 a.m. and that's going to be over when the temperatures get back up in the 40s around 10 a.m. So you're going to have quite a few hours of cold, but I don't feel like it's enough that I need to be running out here doing stuff and things. Everything that I have growing is mature, it's large, it's cold hardy, it's frost tolerant. So that's it, y'all. That's all I wanted to come out here and say to y'all today about what's growing out here and what game plan is at the Lost and Funny Farm. These cabbages, fine. Brussels sprouts, fine. Lacinato kale, Japanese mustards, more lacinato kale, oregano. I think I got some celery over here. You still alive, celery? It is right there. I came out here and harvested yesterday. And I'm absolutely fine with what I got. I got a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. Look, Brussels sprouts, artichoke. See these giant gaping holes where I pulled out some rutabagas the other day, and then I harvested that ginormous cabbage that was over there. Yeah, it's gone. But I got more broccoli in the house, and collard greens and cabbages to plant soon as they get of size. But again, more peas over here. So even though this pea looks large, it's skin tech. I'm gonna come back and take that later though. Anything that's more than 2 inches long, I'm taking. So, and then I can just saute those or stir fry. They can get eaten. But your plant's gonna survive. Your pea pods won't. So this is a great time if you have something that's that type of situation. These onions, they're mulched in there. They're fine. Finally, maybe this okra will die, because this okra's out here oaking. This one too. We still have foliage on it. So I'm not tripping about what's going on out here. I just wanted to give y'all a brief overview and let you know what's the game plan for tonight. So like I said, I'm about to come back out here. I'm just gonna clip off as much roselle as I can and then start pruning this tree back so that I can walk through at least tomorrow. And I come out here and survey the land and see what's going on. And then we'll go from there. If y'all want, listen, What was I about to say? Nothing. What I'm about to say is all of this is about timing. It's about starting your seeds. Your fall garden you should have been starting in August, starting your seeds. Maybe even late July, depending on where you are. I'm in Virginia. I'm in Suffolk. So, like I said, I started my seeds in August. Got them out here in September. Oh, what am I doing with this camera? Got them out here in September. And now here we are in November. So how old is my stuff now? 3 months old at least. It's big. It's cold hardy. It's frost tolerant. I don't really feel like I have anything to worry about. So we're gonna come back out here, and while I'm talking trash right this minute, tomorrow, I guess maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock, we're gonna come out here and see what we got going on. See if my trash talking is not just the trash that it might be. So it's time for me to wipe off my boots before I go in the house. Who's that in the reflection? Me. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with me right this minute, y'all, but all I know. That was all I got for you today, y'all. So, also, wait. I know I said that was all, but I got one last thing to show you before we finish. If you have some seedlings outside, go get them. If you have a heated greenhouse, put them in there. If you don't, so I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I have started, like I said, some more broccoli and some more cabbages. They were outside. The temperature was nice. Here's some Copenhagen market cabbages and some some Godzilla broccoli. So, and some, that says bok choy, but let's be for real. We're using the other side of this. Some parsley. Parsley take a long time to germinate, y'all. Long time. You see I started this on September the 20th? This is how big it is? Yeah. But look at these, this broccoli and this cabbage. I started this on October the 14th. Look at it. It's fine. So it was sitting outside. What I like, the house looks a mess. What I like to do when I'm hardening off stuff is I put it where it's going to live. So I had set it out in the garden where it will be eventually planted. That's why you see some bare spots out there, because wherever I pulled something up, like those mustards with the powdery mildew, they're going to come completely out. Wherever I pulled up those rutabagas, left big gaping holes, I have space to plant more stuff. And like I said, these things will be large enough that they can survive the weather. But not tonight. These seedlings cannot survive the weather because of their size and their age. So, although they're almost a month old, and even though this parsley got started on September the 20th, these things are too little to be outside just chilling in the cold. Show you them again. This is the Copenhagen market cabbage and the broccoli, more broccoli, and the parsley. So these things can't just rest outside like that because they're too small to survive the frost tonight. Yes, they're cabbages. Yes, they're broccoli. But they're not right now cabbages or right now broccoli. These some later cabbages and broccoli. Which, honestly, if I just keep them growing, I've got a greenhouse. So after the frost, I can, even in a month, or probably about 2 more weeks, I can go ahead and put those out in the greenhouse with it closed up like it is and let them grow on in there. And then I can plant them in the yard in their final spots. And they'll be fine. So, like I said, that was all. I don't have any more for you. So, like I said, you can choose to cover. By all means, do whatever feels good to you. At the Lost and Funny Farm, we are going to ride it out tonight. Anyway, y'all take care. Be good. I'll see y'all probably in the next few days, because we are going to come back out tomorrow afternoon and see, was I right, what type of damage we got, if any at all. So, all right, friends. Love you. See you later. Bye.